You are the esports generation. It's been built by us, but it's for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm here with Martin this time round.
Hiya. All right. All right, boys. I know. You're lucky. Be fine.
Don't blow those ego up anymore. So this time round, me and Martin, not only are we going to throw some t-shirts out in just a second, but we're also going to be the ones who are picking these teams. We're not playing because I would thrash him.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm a better manager. I'm a better selector of talent. So
Okay.
I think we should have a bet.
Okay, what is the bet? What is the bet?
I don't know. What do you think we should bet? 50 quid.
I'll take that bet.
Swag. All right. We'll work on the bet, but bragging rights anyway.
Okay, I got it. If you win, left side gets some swag.
Yeah.
If I win, right side will get some swag.
All right, cool. You up for that? So that basically means everybody this side of the tree, you're on Team Martin. And trust me when I say it is infinitely cooler to be on Team Martin than Team Benson. Brycey, sorry mate. Sorry about that.
Okay,
Easily done, innit? Easily done.
I'm not saying you know nothing about this game we're playing, but you did have to ask me earlier what game it was.
Get over there then.
Okay.
Right, come on, let's get going.
Well, we've got to give some t-shirts out first. I mean, they've been waiting for the entire time.
Should we test our team, see how loud they
Yeah,
are?
I'm going to go over this side.
Go away. Go away.
All right, okay. Do you want to start?
No, you can start.
Okay. Right-hand team. Smash that team. You ready to make some noise? I said, are you ready to make some noise? I think they did okay. All right, yeah, you take a crack. You take a crack at it.
All right. Are you ready? Are we going to do this properly now? Good, right. I'm going to count to 3, and I want you lot literally just to lose your minds. Lose your minds. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's okay. All right, I'll put it this way. If you're not loud, I'm not going to pick you. All right? So smash that side. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I don't think you got it. I don't think you got it.
We're just going to show you how it's done one more time. 1, 2, 3.
All right. I want to point this out, right? I have double the amount of t-shirts he has. And I'm doing this the rest of the weekend. So, for the last time, 1, 2, 3!
All right, that's pretty good.
I think they both deserve a t-shirt. What do you guys reckon?
He said he's got double the amount of t-shirts I've got. Watch this.
I think that's cheating.
I've got a box full of t-shirts. Right, ready? 1, 2, 3!
I see your box. And I raise you the fuller box.
I just want to point out that Jeanette's not happy about your box.
My box is superb.
Do you know what? Let's see what everyone can do together.
All right, you ready on
We're
together?
going to combine our powers, but wait. We've been playing a game all day called Get Told Off. In this game, we have to get told off by our neighbours. We've got, who we got over there? Oculus over there. Pizza Express behind us. Some stuff happening next door. What's their name? It don't matter. Right. Anyway,
Yeah.
I want us to get told off. I want someone from the organising committee to come down here and tell us to keep the bloody noise down because we've taken the roof off the place. But we're going to do it together. You ready? So Team Benson, Bryce.
It's just Bryce.
And my
Ignore
gods.
the bald-headed man.
Are you ready? On 3, all of us are going to lose our minds. You ready? And get told off. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
Gives me goosebumps.
Okay, Martin, if you want to pick a few. Oh, nice throw. Guys over here.
I'm going to throw one more out. We've got to save these. We're here tomorrow, and Jeanette will make me pay for
And
it.
we have our bet. All right, I'm going to throw one roughly down the middle. Careful. All right. We'll use some of these for the bet.
Cool, good. Right, well done.
Okay.
You're warmed up and ready to go. Right, we're going to pick some players.
Okay, do you want to go first? Oh, by the way, guys, just take a half step
I've got to
back.
be honest. I'm not really feeling like you want it. I like this guy. In the blue shirt. You come and be on my team, dude. Come and be on my team, fella.
Yeah, join Team Eggman.
Up you come, son. Go on, Gemma's in there. She'll look after you. Do you want it? Should I pick all my players?
Yeah, you know what? Pick your
I'll pick
player,
all
pick
my
your
players. What is going on here? All right, you, come here. You, get down and come here. I'm picking you so you don't kill yourself.
I think...
I'm doing you a favour. Go to the side. Guys, take a step back. It is merely rope. We don't want anyone to get hurt. We love you guys. We don't need to get hurt. So that's 2.
We got a load of lovely G-Finny staff over there, Martin.
Welcome
I think they're
to,
trying to pick one for you.
Welcome to Team Martin, mate. In you go. Gemma, look after you. Please, 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 please. My main man there with the sticker. In you come. He's been waiting 3 days. Come on, mate. Up you come. You're on Team Martin. All day! Right. Come on. Go round the side. Go round the side. Go round the side. Right, how many have I got, Jem? Yeah, just chose someone else. We need one more. Right, oh, God, it's hard to choose. You come up, love. Come on, you. That's it. Bring your camera. Bring yourself. This is Team Martin. I know you've got what it takes. I'm going to go in with my team and have a proper team talk. You do what
You're going to go and discuss some strategies.
Remember, Team Martin, we need you to support us. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Benson.
Okay. Ignore Team Eggman. That bald-headed man's got nothing on my team. Let's make some noise, my team. Give it up. Okay. Team Bryce. Do you know what we're going to win? Because I actually play this game and I'm not bad. So, who do you want to pick? Is someone picking in? As the guy's jumping here, I'm going to get this guy jumping. If you want to come around the side for me, mate. Let's see. Guys, you want to play? I need some good players. I can't lose. Warren, do you have anyone you want to pick? Anyone you want to pick? What do you think? Oh, yeah. There's a guy holding... I don't even know what you're holding up. I don't even know what they're holding up. I'm a pick. I noticed my size got larger. All right, I'm a pick this guy here. Yeah, it's this guy here. So who else wants to join Team Bryce? Team Bryce. I need 2 more. I'm going to pick this guy. One more. Who wants to play? I'm coming towards the middle. This guy's wearing a League of Legends t-shirt. I think that means you're probably pretty good. Right, you're in. Come around the side. Get in the booth. I think we've got this. I've picked cleverly.
Remember, guys, this is a top secret team talk. No one can hear us. This is just between us. I absolutely hate Brycey. You're right, Jem. Everyone hates him. We've got to win. We got it in the bag? Good. I'm really pleased we've had this top secret team talk that nobody else can hear. All right, I'm going to step outside now and just pretend nothing's happened.
I wouldn't really worry about this because he literally has no clue about gaming. Or hair care, apparently. But let's take it this now. Right, we're going to go right into this game. I'm going to hand it over to our professional commentators. We will see you in the game.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, and welcome once again to our final day, not the final day, but the final game. We have another full day tomorrow here at the EGX Gfinity stand. I am Richard Polscam. Alongside me is James Stress O'Leary, who lost the last game, and we will be getting underway with this game very shortly.
Come on, man. I'm still a little bit salty about that, but it's okay. Yeah. We'll get on. We'll be okay for a game.
The gap I feel between us is going to enlarge slightly between this game.
I'm
going to be like all the way in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play again as well. And
It wouldn't
go for
help
round
him.
two.
It really wouldn't help him if that game was anything to go by. But hopefully these teams will have a little bit more luck with their team captains than we will. Because although I guess this is more team coaches, they're not in-game captains. But
I like the prep talks.
Yeah. Good secret pep talks there. But I think our crowd already figured out how to game the system on the whole left side, right side.
I feel like
thing.
Bryce's side got double the size, in fact, after the first one was picked. But either way, guys, we are into Champions League. Go ahead, Stress.
No, I was going to say, I wonder whether that'll work just as well when there's swag on the line as well.
That's very true. But either way, we are into Champions League. We do have the picks and bans coming on your screens very shortly. The banned champions, Hecarim and Yasuo, followed by Fizz and Morgana to start off the banning phase.
Nothing overly surprising there. I guess Hecarim actually would be the one that if you had to look at it and you were like, yeah, that's actually very surprising.
Yeah.
So 3 not very surprising picks.
Yeah, so Hecarim, of course, is played by some people, not very many. Has seen a little bit of playing competitive, but honestly not as much as the other champions who have been banned out.
Yep, indeed. Fizz is a bit of a target ban typically against a lot of European mid laners, but these are very solo queue based bans that we've pretty much had all day. First time really all day we've been seeing Evelyn, saw Master Yi banned earlier, but you know, it's typically just what you don't want to play against in solo queue.
Yeah, they are solo queue banned. Rise, however, looking to be the first pick, is being hovered over right here. Let's see if they decide to lock it in. And you were mentioning before, Stress, kind of more of like a flex pick, has been picked up by a lot of the teams currently in Worlds and basically in all regions.
Yep, it really has been, especially predominantly for that top lane, but as you said, it can be a flex pick. And it's just dawned on me, what we've essentially done is created a solo queue game. Because we've taken a pool of players that want to play, and they've queued up to play. And then we've just picked 10 of them and said, go. Only this time, you can't really be bad-mannered because you're right next to the players that you're playing with. So probably not for the best.
Yeah, but it's actually improved, so, you know,
yeah,
if you queued up people and, like, you know, there was physical consequences.
That would not be good for some of the players.
No, it would not. But either way, these players will be very nice to each other. I know my teammates were.
Mine
on your
were.
side, yeah.
Mine were, yeah.
Very well-mannered.
Very well-mannered. It was only us that was bad.
Yeah, we were just like trashing each other in chat. We're probably banned by now, but either way, we do have the Xin Zhao hover over here. We'll see if that can get locked in. And we did see Xin Zhao several times over the weekend. I don't think in either of the games. Oh no, in the second one actually did very well. Was one of the main carries of the team before the team ultimately crumbled.
Yeah, that was the game that had Bryce and Riot Bolton.
Yeah.
And you know, it would ultimately be Bolton that won that game, I believe.
He's 2-0 right now on the stage. So.
He is, man. He is playing like a pro.
Yeah, he is. He is going ham and going ham. Fiora. So I know I was talking to Excoundrel and Son. I believe that Excoundrel does like himself from Fiora.
He does. It was banned in their grudge match yesterday. But, you know, we didn't need to ban it in ours because neither of us play Fiora.
Yeah,
but nobody should play Fiora.
That's true. I'm not even sure how this pick is going to work out.
It's one of those weird ones that because you have to take teleporting top lane, Fiora likes to have the kill potential in lane. Any lane she's in, she wants to get kills to snowball. She isn't a very good champion without a lot of kills. Not having Ignite can really punish you in that top lane. And, you know, not only is she very squishy, doesn't exactly have the best lane presence, it's just one of those things that unless you can get a load of kills under your belt, then you can start to snowball.
So now looking towards the next couple picks from the blue team, looking at the Leona, once again we have seen that over, I want to say the tournament, but it's not so much of a tournament as it is just people coming up on stage. And now looking towards the Zillion, that has actually been locked in. So Zillion is definitely more of like a team-orientated pick. We've seen it a lot, of course, in Worlds, in Korea as well, and indeed in Europe, played both in the mid lane and the support role, but primarily in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, it started really coming to prominence over in OGN at the tail end of the season. We saw so many Zillion mid laners to start really exploding that mid game, but that pretty much sums up exactly what's going to be the setup for this team on the blue side. As it's going to be Ryze top lane, Leona in the support role, and Zillion in mid. So there's not a lot of guesswork to be done here by our purple team. I believe purple team or red team is Martin's team, Bryce's team are on the blue.
Yeah, that is correct, Stress. And we do have the Katarina pick. And all the Katarinas have done really well on the weekend, despite being in losing matchups and not looking like it will work out well for them. But we do have another Katarina pickup here, so we'll see if that pays off in this game. And we're looking again towards a Lucian pickup, one of the strongest champions at the moment, honestly, in the bot lane. He's seen a lot of play in a lot of different games.
Yeah, he truly has. Interesting though, Tristana was still open. And I mean, obviously this isn't a highly competitive game, as you know, we've been comparing so many of the picks and bans phases over to the World Finals, but we've been seeing a lot more Tristana in that first pick role than Lucian. But looks like they may get away with the Lucian here.
Yep, it has been locked in. That'll be followed up by the Caitlyn under Fresh as well. And Caitlyn is often picked into the Lucian because it kind of neutralizes the lane.
Yeah, because of the extra range that Caitlyn has, especially after the nerfs the Lucian got, made sure his attack range was lower. It's now considerably lower. I believe 150. It's nearly 500 if Lucian's new attack range is correct there. So there's a big amount of the lane that Lucian can't really step in without taking a lot of harass. But this is a little bit surprising here.
So we have got a volley bear lock-in, and that's not a champion I've seen for a long time. We saw it very, very briefly in the LCS and then disappeared again because it was not very good.
Yeah, it's a jungler that Season 3 would have been the last time you saw it. That would have been even in the spring split. It hasn't really been seen since. That was junglers like Snoopy were playing Volleybet, I believe.
We saw a
Diamond
top
Prox.
lane as well.
Yeah, we saw a couple of top lane Volleybears. It's a champion that really, his kit only provides a fling. And then from there it's little bits of damage, but it's not as much damage as damage-focused junglers will do, and it's not as crowd control. He is crowd control, he can't tank as well as tank junglers. He's kind of like somewhere in the middle of everything, and that gets you really nowhere.
Jack of all trades, master of none in the volley bear, and interesting to see how this will work because, well, he's gone support. So, what's he going to do down there? Because if you compare him to other melee supports, you're looking at Leona, looking at Brom. What does he do that they do, and does he do anything better? He's got a flip, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, that is kind of it. The problem he has is he now has to run into a Thresh, who
is
is
just going
very
to
easily
flay him away. And
it's either a free flay or a free hook in that situation, or a free hook
box.
into a flay into a box. So it's a difficult champion to get working out of the jungle, and I would surmise that it's difficult out of support as well, but anything can happen. We don't know what the skill level of these players are. We don't know what setups they're running. Nothing like that.
Well, it is actually a fairly good gank lane if they come down there. You've got the Xinjiao coming in, gets the knock up, and then it actually gives time for Volleyball to get in range for the flip. So, I can definitely see it. In the mid lane, however, go ahead.
We've missed something completely. That's Leona jungle.
I don't know how we missed that. It's just like,
I know.
Support pick.
I think it's because we saw Leona... Well, no, this isn't why, but I'm going to say that Leona jungle has been done in competitive play. Those of you that will remember the former Coast, former GGU jungler, Nintendo X, played it in one game in North American LCS Spring Split Season 3 when they were still GGU. And it didn't do very well.
No.
At all.
No.
No.
It was, we were actually talking about this yesterday with the writers and the Sonar Scoundrel, and we were basically saying, well, if she could proc her own passive, she'd be an amazing jungler.
Oh, great, yeah.
But she can't.
No.
So, unless she has someone following her around in the jungle, proccing all of her passive procs, then it's not going to be super good. However, in terms of ganking, she's got the gap closer, she's got the stun. She also is fairly tanky and sustained, so you'll max the eclipse when you go into jungle. You do it anyway in support role. And then you have an ultimate as well. So she's got a ton of CC, kind of like compared to like a Nautilus or even Alistar when they were prominent in the jungle.
Yeah, the problem is her clear is incredibly slow.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the slowest clearing junglers, if you could call Leona a jungler at all, ever. It's just bad. You can't get away from your buffs fast enough. It means you're not able to counter gank if you've got the read properly. It just means that you really can't get around the map as fast as you need to in the jungle. In the current meta, you don't play those slow clearing jungles.
However, in this game, I think kills are going to be more of a thing than it is in competitive play. So in terms of ganking junglers, Leona might actually do pretty well, because if you pick up something like a Nautilus or a Lee Sin, like ganks constantly in the early game, because in this case you have no other choice to gank because you can't clear the jungle. So it might work out.
Also has decent objective control, is in the zone over the objective. Solar Flare, if it hasn't been thrown out already, is a big deterrent from entering an area. And of course the openings to Dragon and Baron are very enclosed. You can lock people down very easily there. Zenith Blade in gives you pretty much a free in to try and steal an objective. Still very difficult to get it done, but you are completely correct about the kind of kill potential that comes from Leona. It is pretty significant.
Yeah, and you can of course do the ward trick where you auto-attack and Q and then auto-attack again, because Q doesn't count as an auto-attack reset, but counts as a spell, and you can actually weave it in between. It's kind of like how Tiamat works, because it's not an auto-attack reset, you can just do it during animations of other abilities.
It's a shame that Tiamat doesn't clear wards. That would be funny.
That would be
just around a line of wards.
Yeah, just like auto-attack Q, Tiamat, auto-attack.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny. But, you know, I'm interested to see how this Leona is going to go.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to build people up by saying it's going to be amazing, but it could go very well.
Yeah, it could. I'm also looking towards the Zillion, but either way, guys, we are now into our final game of the day, but not the final game of the weekend. We are only on Saturday. We have another full day of games to come up tomorrow, but we are now currently in game, so hopefully we should be able to get that on your screens in a second. But we do have the blue team heading out of their base. Likewise, the purple team is doing the same. Probably going to be forming those lines of scrimmage here, Stress.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we've seen invades from your team that got a kill on first blood, which was kind of annoying.
You know,
because
well-planned.
and now this isn't an excuse because we should have paused the game at the beginning.
Yep.
But my key bindings were all wrong.
Well, so were mine.
Yeah,
I flashed instead of smiting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were just joking on that, but
No.
okay, that makes sense. Because whoever was playing on mine played with WAS and D moving the camera. So every time I tried to attack move, I was like just shifting the camera left. I tried to attack red buff and just kind of moved into nothing.
30 seconds.
Well, that would explain a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm normally that bad anyway, but
you know, that just compounded the issue.
yeah, it
was
just made it
evident.
worse. It made it so that I couldn't see my mistakes, which,
Yeah.
as you know, if you don't see your mistakes, there were never any in the first place.
That's true. But you can never improve as a player either.
Yeah,
and that's
that
what
is
these
true.
guys want to do, because they're supposed to be playing like a pro today on the stage here at the EGX
Hang on a sec.
G-Infinity's stand.
Hang on a second.
That's
That's a
a
50 health shield.
So it must have gone heavy into defense on... Yeah, that must be at least 20 points.
That is something you do. That's not something I even went on Rammus when I went 0-30-0 in the last game. I was like, do I want a 50 health shield? No.
Yeah.
I want extra reduced slow duration or something.
That's apparently
like
why I couldn't damage you with my 30-0-0 build.
Were you going 30-0? I was 36 armor, 30 in defense tree Rammus. Didn't help. But no, the shield you will very rarely ever see anyone take ever from the defensive tree, just because it's not efficient.
Yeah.
It only gives you that 50 health. I think it's 50, maybe
Yes,
100.
it's 50.
It's only when you spawn, isn't it? Do you get it back when you back? I cannot remember.
You do not get it when you back. You only get it when you spawn and when you die.
Yes, that is. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's not even when you recall do you get it back. That's why
Correct.
it's highly inefficient. If
Otherwise,
it was
it
when
would
you
be
recall,
actually good as a
every
mastery.
jungler would take
Yeah.
that. Every single one would take that point. But
However, it is very good if you, expect to die a lot. So
if you expect to escape from level 1 on under 50 health, then
Yeah.
it's a worthwhile point. That is
Yeah.
the only situation that mastery
All
is
in
ever
level
going to
2.
be good. Sorry for anyone in here that has that in their mastery page that's now just feeling like, but I play with that.
Take this out.
Yeah. Blue side has won 10 of 14 games here. And I guess that proved right for you. You did win the coin
That's
toss.
true, yeah.
Coin toss and select blue side.
Oh, it didn't matter because you were going to pick purple regardless.
I know. I
Can't
wanted
break
to
the
break
curse.
the curse, but
Yeah.
it didn't quite work.
Rip.
Ah, dear. Oh.
Volibear, meanwhile.
That's another tip, is you want to kind of stand within experience range. That's always a good one.
Yes, and the other thing is he hasn't picked up a gold item for support either. So I was expecting a relic shield here because he's a melee, support, and therefore will get the execute. But has chosen to go for the Doran shield. And if you think back to how Fresh used to build, he used to go for that for the trading. But
Yeah.
gold items are kind of too good to pass up.
Yeah, that was before they dropped some of the efficiency of the Doran's items. Katarina's going to go in.
Now we'll be taking some down from the bomb, and we do have a Leona jungle coming in from the bottom side, looking for the Zenith
She
Blade.
Oh, what?
Got the dancing shoes.
I thought she had that. Like, I was convinced that as Katarina was going to come this way, you'd see the Zenith
Yeah,
Blade.
I mean, Leona actually has some surprising damage. The Eclipse into like the rest of her abilities does a surprising amount.
Yeah, that is quite true. And then as long as you can get somebody to proc the passive.
Yeah.
Of course, the Sunlight passive that, to be honest, isn't really well known, isn't really well talked about. So you'll put a dot on, or at least a marker onto an enemy, and when they're damaged by one of your allies, it'll do extra damage on top.
It's easy to compare it to a Lux passive, the
Yes.
Illumination passive. And
Uh-oh.
here's the Zenith Blade. Oh, it does not connect. Follows up with the auto attacks. The flash comes forward from both players at the same time. The bomb should be enough. There we go. We'll
See,
be
now if
dropping
that
it very
was
low.
running a shield, that's
Yes.
when we'd have been
yeah,
safe.
yeah. Would have been like, it's the relic shield.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We got away from that one without dying there in the mid lane. But Katarina, is going to struggle in the early game. Zillion has one of the largest attack ranges when you look at typical support champions.
600.
Yeah, exactly. So he can throw those watches at you from quite a distance. Katarina, of course, is a melee range champion, so will struggle with that. But here comes the first gank out of Xin Zhao. It is over a warded area, so he shouldn't really get too much from this.
Yeah, Rise is already on his way out.
Yep, that is a good early ward, and I'm looking at whose ward that actually is, because I think that was actually warded out by... couldn't have been Rise. He must have bought a ward with his flask.
Yeah, I guess so. That was a very valuable ward. They were thinking about going for the counter gank. Leona now moving up. Sweepers as well. No, there's no ward there. And Fiora has gone for the initiate as well. Will not have the lunge to get out again and forces the flash. So Leona jungle currently paying off.
Yeah, it is. And taking a quick look at this bottom lane, it looks like the volley bear hasn't really had any impact, but he hasn't really needed to. It isn't really typical to see Lucian, hook lands on volley.
Yeah, but doesn't want to follow up on it because Volibear will just flip you back into his AD carry. So when you are close range, that's actually fairly dangerous to go toe-to-toe with the bear.
It isn't very typical to see Lucian ahead on CS, or at least even with Caitlyn this early on in the game. Typically, Caitlyn with the extra range can land the harass from the auto attacks. You use the headshot passive to make sure whenever Lucian steps into range, you can deal a lot of damage to him. But in this scenario, they're about even hook.
Oh, that was a godlike hook through the minion line. Volibear thinks about going for the initiate with the rolling thunder, but just to back off, and we'll just be fearing away the minions. I forgot about that interaction.
Yeah, I mean, Volibear's not a champion we see very often,
Yeah.
so it's one of those things that there's always something in his kit that you kind of forget.
Yeah. It's interesting that, it was mainly for jungle here to fear the minions, kind of like the Shaco thing, where it will fear the minions so you take less damage, but definitely interesting for the interaction on the minions. Mid lane, however, level 6 Zillion, kind of out of the mana at the moment, hasn't actually gone back yet.
Looks like Lucian just managed to get away in that bottom lane, but there's so much harass landing now. However, the CS is still even.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Usually, Fresh will stop
Play
his
the
recall
ball.
for playing, but usually Lucian will not be able to pull ahead in lane. He has had to burn through the extra health potion, but it doesn't matter if he's ahead in farm.
Bit of a tip for anybody that is maybe not often playing top lane. If you're going to use a teleport into your lane just to get back to the lane, remember to teleport to the tower.
Yeah.
If you teleport to a minion, you have 40 seconds more of a cooldown, and that's what we just saw Rise do. It's one of those nuances that teleport has changed a number of times, but if you're not under pressure to get into lane, if the tower isn't about to die, always teleport to the tower. It's not worth that extra cooldown.
Yeah, especially if Dragon is going to happen in that extra minute, then you won't have it for the Dragon, and if it's a slow game, then you need to get up to top lane as well, and he looks like he will just be dropping in the one-on-one for the first blood. Fiora manages to get that one down, and that was fairly unexpected.
Oh man, this is the early part of the game as well, so it's kind of difficult. Ooh, jungle.
Oh, the counter jungle from the Leona, though, will be able to move on to the Xin Zhao, take away his blue buff, and doesn't even clear the minions.
Leona just finding Xin Zhao on no health there, and Leona looked like she'd recently backed. Has taken a blue buff for herself, maybe looking to get in on mid lane. Knows there are no wards around now. Katarina could get locked out of Solar Flare, but there is an animation, so she should be able to shun Po out of the way.
Yeah, but if you don't know there's Leona there, then it requires a very, very good reactions, and we'll be initiating with the Shun Po. This is absolutely perfect for this gank to pay off. Xenoblade comes in, lands the Shield of Daybreak, looking for the Eclipse as well, and still has the ultimate to boot. If she decides to use it, there it is, gets the stun portion as well. She'll be able to get in range, jumps back onto the Zillion, tries to get the kill. Not going to be the case. Leona jungle picks up yet another kill.
I'm not too sure on this Katarina pick in general against the Zillion. I believe Zillion was locked in first before Katarina. So the Zillion ultimate is so good against any kind of assassin that wants to get resets, because in the 1v1 in lane, you just ult yourself, and then Katarina has nothing available to kill you when you respawn, especially AP Zillion, because you'll come back on pretty much full health after a couple of items, so Kat just has to go straight back from the beginning.
Yeah, it's all about just burning the ultimate, and then, of course, when you get more cooldown reduction, then you can almost never kill the Zillion one-on-one. So, see how this works out. Again, another hook onto Lucian, flays him sideways, just gets a couple of auto attacks from Caitlyn, but just keeping him down. The bear will block out the ace in the hole. Also has the lantern there, but chooses not to take it. We'll be using the E today. not taking the Fresh Express. Top lane, however, Rise drops low. This will be the tower dive coming out from Fiora and getting completely demolished in this lane.
Yeah, getting really torn apart here. Fiora is difficult to lane against if you are a later game champion like Rise, but Rise just needs a little bit of time. He's bought himself the Glacial Shroud. Nearly forgot what that was.
Yeah.
So he bought himself a Glacial Shroud as that armor in the very early game. Fiora.
Oh, it's the Leona jungle once again. Smacks her in the face with the Shield of Daybreak, finishes off with the Eclipse, and sometimes it doesn't matter what champion you're playing, as long as you know where to be and you have the mechanics, it can pay off.
Someone call Nintendo X Leona Jungle's back, but in fact Nintendo's back. He's playing on that Challenger team. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see as the expansion tournament goes on. That's a long way after Worlds though, so we don't have to worry about that one. But back to this game indeed.
Just found this Mist Ward in the bot lane. Right there.
Yep. Confirmed Miss
Confirmed.
Ward.
Confirmed Miss Ward. That's gotta be depressing.
Stream.
Will he be putting down another ward?
It took you a sec. Oh dear.
Oh, flash forward and just auto attacks Lucian to death, so value
Teleport.
ward. Teleport now comes in from Fiora. She does not have ultimate, so follows through, looking for the lunge, lands it, Flay comes backwards, still has a second lunge to follow, but just doesn't have the damage with the exhaust coming down, so burns the summoner, but burns the summoner in exchange from Fiora.
Yeah, between the exhaust and not having her ultimate, as you already mentioned, it was very difficult for her to do anything there, so a bit of a wasted teleport. It will, of course, force them away from the turret. It won't allow them to continue pushing in that bottom lane, but as far as actual effectiveness goes, it hasn't really been working for Fiora outside of her lane. In her lane, though, it's been going magnificently. So well, I can't even talk. It's been a long day.
It has indeed.
Especially when you lose again to your
it's,
co-caster. That's always embarrassing.
Kind of demoralizing, but I'm fine. Looking for the Leona to come in for this mid lane gank. Looking for the Zenith Blade. Lands the first bomb, but doesn't think about it. Still had the Solar Flare available, but Katarina still had the Shumpo. Didn't have the Trinket Ward, however, but Leona did not keep tabs on that cooldown. Rise came in as well, but not going to be the gank they can get off today. Katarina is being very risky with this play, and that will be the flash forward from the Culling. Picks up the first kill onto the Caitlyn, looks for the follow-up onto Fresh. Won't be able to get it, but a 1-0 in the bot lane. Incredibly back and forth considering the matchup.
Yeah, it really has been back and forth. Lucian still leads on the CS here, and again, that's somewhat surprising. You would not expect that after the changes that were made to Lucian. Yes, he is still a lane bully, but with a melee range support against Thresh Caitlyn, they should be able to sit pretty comfortably there. Top lane.
Oh, here comes Jungle Fiora once again, looking for the Shield of Daybreak. Already lands the ultimate, though. This should be a dead Rise before they get to do anything. Flash comes backwards. A 1-for-1 trade, and also the assist.
Yeah, that kill actually goes over to Rise. That's exactly what they wanted. Leona's already got three to herself and has the Ancient Golem completed. So getting a kill onto Rise is going to help him in lane. He's now got the Tear of the Goddess. Maybe would have liked to see him get that as the first item, but I can definitely understand a Glacial Shroud going up against a Fiora. It's one of those things that it just means it's going to stack that little bit slower here, and you can see in the mid lane the damage already being done to Katarina. Every time she steps into lane, steps forward to try and take out the melee minions, she's just getting a bomb on it every single time. There you go, another one. That's going to chunk him down.
Goes in for the full engage with the ultimate, but Zilean is going to ult. Can't kill in the Zilean in the mid lane as Leona comes in. The flash out of the way. Jumps over the wall. Leona should be initiating once again with the Solar Flare. Bomb comes out. Is it going to be enough damage, though? It is not. And Kat escapes with her life and burns a ton of summoners and a ton of ultimates as well.
The Zilean didn't have the rewind to put a second bomb down, and that was really the difference in that kind of situation. That's why he couldn't get the kill. If he could have, because he'd already used it to get the second bomb earlier, if he could have got that second bomb, that would have been Katarina going down 100%. But they burn a flash there. Leona used hers, but jungle flash for mid lane flash normally would be good. Katarina has Shunpo on the other hand, so that is very similar to a flash. And if you're a good Katarina, you'll pretty much always have a ward on your person just to make sure you can get out of any sticky situations.
Kat, however, has been using the Trinket Ward for warding and hasn't actually bought any other wards on top of that, being starved of the gold as she is losing the farm in the mid lane. So actually that isn't going to be the case this time around, so that is only the flash going down, and therefore won't be able to Shumpo out for the next gank.
They've got to be careful of that because she's going to be quite squishy, and does have her ultimate back available, so next time she goes for an all-in, actually top lane there was an all-in, didn't really see how quickly that one went down.
Well, she just instantly ulted and he died literally in a second.
Oh,
so
okay.
there was no way of managing to get that one, but Leona was coming in for the engage. Should be able to just out-tank the Fiora if it comes to a one-on-one. Has opted towards essentially a support jungler's build, same as Maokai, same as Nautilus, gone with the Ancient Golem into the mobility boots. Pretty standard there. I was actually very interested in how she was going to build in the jungle, but it will be a support jungler build.
Oh, bottom lane.
It will go for this engage. Caitlyn nets backwards, and Xin Zhao is still looking for this initiate. Gets a challenge onto the Fresh. Will be able to knock him up. Lantern will be giving them that shield on the way out, but again, these ganks are not paying off in the bottom lane.
Funny little interaction there. The knock-up actually going on after the flash is... I think Thresh thought he would have avoided the knock-up with the flash, but of course if that auto-attack animation completes first, the knock-up will apply after. So could have been deadly there, but of course the flash has been used. And that is, you know, it's a very close game so far, 5 kills to 5. Both junglers having about equal presence. Katarina's gone in.
Well, she actually kills the Zillion this time around. Leona is closing in from behind. There's the Shampoo. Looks for the Zenith Blade, doesn't choose to use it. So a 1-0 in the mid lane. Zillion still had his ultimate and still had heal.
I wonder whether he disconnected.
Yeah, well, considering the pause, it may have been the case here, Stress.
That would have been bad.
Yeah, I was like, didn't use heal, didn't use flash, didn't use ultimate. What happened?
Just caught completely off guard if that isn't a disconnect.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to see whether it was. I'm going to guess so.
Yeah. Cat also went for a pretty interesting build. Went for the Haunting Guys, went for the Sorcerer's Boots. And typically you go for like a Death-Eyed Grasp or something. Usually you don't go for Haunting Guys because you don't really want the Leandries.
Old school Katarina, like season 3 Cat, you used to build Haunting Guys. You used to go pretty much full penetration for a while and then get AP later.
Yeah.
You can get an Abyssal Scepter, but that really is an old school build. Then people realized that penetration, not as great as everybody thought it was on Cat. You can get away with building full, pretty much AP with that burst potential from a DFG. Thankfully gone are the days of Warmog's Katarina in the top lane.
Was that pre or post remake Cat?
So that was pre-remake.
Okay.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Post remake Cat. So was the Haunting Guys. It was like remake Haunting Guys, Warmogs, back to mid lane, nobody plays her.
Yeah.
That's how that went.
I remember that one. But in the mid lane, that will be the needlessly large rod picked up here by the Zillion. Again, it's a fairly standard build so far. In the bot lane, Infinity Edge picked up against the BS Sword from Caitlyn, so way ahead in terms of that one. But top lane Fiora is steadily getting out of control. Top and bot lane are heavily going in favor of the purple team, and all Cat needs to do is kind of survive the laning phase, get into the team fight to pick up a couple kills. So at the moment, the plan looks pretty strong from the purple team.
Yeah, the plan is looking good. They are 1,000 gold up, as you mentioned, but that is mainly due to Fiora's doing. She's 4-2-0 and is looking for... looking for Ryze, actually.
Looking for another kill, 2 levels ahead. That's a level 2 ultimate, and Ryze will just stand still, try and get the kill onto her. However, Zillion comes in from the mid lane, looking for the next bomb. Can she get this trade off? Nope.
Yeah, that was pretty much always going to go that way. Bottom lane, there was a trade as well, right at the same time. Looked like they traded AD carries, support stayed alive.
Yeah, and neither of the supports picked up the kills either, so AD carries must have just traded auto attacks, and Cat is dropping low once again. Ultimate burned by Leona, smacked in the face with a shield, and will be taking the next kill. Again, using ultimate on the Zillion, who still had ultimate.
Yeah, again, you go in engaging on a Zillion that's had ultimate. You've seen it happen already. You got baited in, died the first time. Yes, well, burnt the flash the first time, died the second time, I think it was. But that's why Zillion is so good in the middle lane against assassins. It's pretty much the same as you know, a Zed lane or a Yasuo. You still, after you burst everything, you kind of don't have a lot of damage left.
Yeah, and hopefully may have learned that lesson this time around. Do not fall in the Zillion with an ultimate. Now that he is level 12, the ultimate will be on an even lower cooldown as he starts putting points in rewind. Bot lane, however, still ahead. Both of the AD carries still the same deaths and kills, but the CS advantage means that he has the completed Infinity Edge over his counterpart of Caitlyn. And Fresh, honestly, considering the lane matchup, we were talking about this before, Stress, we were just expecting the Fresh to be so far ahead of the Volibear, but not the case.
Yeah, it just hasn't really worked out that way, which is a little bit interesting. I guess there's still time in the laning phase. They haven't really been pushing too fast in that bottom lane, so there is a prolonged laning phase down there.
And in terms of scaling as well, you'd have to feel that the Thresh is going to do more in the mid game. The hook, of course, is exactly what you want. Xenoblade doesn't land. The flash forwards into the Shield of Daybreak, looking for even more damage. Solar Flares on such a low cooldown will be landing onto the volley web, blocked up as well. Procs the Sunlight passive, but it's ultimately not going to be enough damage.
Looked for the reverse play. Actually, top lane, there was another kill going down to Fiora. She does have that Yomu's Ghostblade finished as well. I don't think anyone is going to be able to stop her. She's just going to be able to split push this entire game.
Well, Volibear is again dropping low. He did manage to head in, but we'll get that passive. What is the name of the passive? It's Chosen of the...
This is your realm, not mine. Did you say Chosen of the Bears?
I know, it's Chosen of the Storm. That's it. I'm 90%
Chosen of the Bears.
Chosen of the Bears.
Can we put forward
He's the bear. You can quote me on that.
I will. I'm going to quote
Going
you
on
on
Twitter
that.
as soon as we finish with this game.
Chosen
Anyway,
of the Bears.
Chosen of the Bears. Mid lane, just as good as what was it? Face it, Merry Goose.
Mary's Goose. Oh, wow.
Oh, the follow through of Xenoblade will be landing onto Xin Zhao on his way out. The ultimate will be used, challenging the Yerla. Should though over the wall. This is ambitious, but may be able to pick up a kill, especially with the help of Fiora. Just waiting for that ultimate to time out. And we'll be walking away, waiting for the wall longer than he had to, but we'll be able to get that kill in the end. Trading 1-for-1, Zilean able to shut down the Fiora eventually. A 1-for-2 trade in favor of the blue team.
Yeah, 2-for-1 overall really means Fiora chasing Zilean for that long.
Yeah.
Probably didn't pay off that well. I mean, they dropped a kill. What are they going to drop on the map? That's the question. Can they get any added pressure?
Well, Fiora had the right idea in mind, just waiting for the ultimate to time out instead of doing what a lot of people do, which is to kill the Zilean, wait for him to come back up, and then he's got full HP again, so you can't do it. But that was the correct play. It was just not the right place to do it, which is underneath the turret.
Yeah, underneath the turret. Basically playing hide and seek in full view. But, yeah, just waiting. Teleport is coming out from Fiora. This could be a huge ultimate.
Yep, she has it available as well. Here it goes, and there's the first kill onto Fresh, looking for the second onto Caitlyn. Oh, it is clean-up time for Fiora. This is literally as well as it can go. Double kill for the Lucian and the shutdown. 4-1. What an exceptional teleport.
Yeah, that teleport knew they could get a good Fiora ultimate from that. You aren't going to get many Fiora ultimates better than that. That was the kind of setup that, you know, if there was the last remaining member, that could have been the setup for something spectacular. But 4-for-1 overall means the Dragon is going over to the red team.
Back in the days when you could max Tiamat, that would have been an instant Quadra kill as everyone was stacked up. But still, the Ravenous Hydra is able to do a semi-decent job. But now in the mid lane, again, Zilean is just left to clear. And despite the jungle Leona doing so incredibly well, 6-1-1, the rest of the team not so much. And Leona will not be able to 1-versus-1 the carries.
It is looking good for Martin's team here. That's what I will say. It's with an 8-4-3 Fiora, nobody can actually split push. It's going to take Ryze another 10 minutes really before he can sit in the lane against her. Interesting pickup on the Sorcerer's Boots. I mean, Ninja Tabi may have been an idea here as a pickup. I mean, Ryze typically doesn't need that much spell penetration, so it's an interesting one, especially going into another Catalyst. So really no full items completed on Ryze yet. It's a difficult lane to play in because of how good Fiora is in the early game, but he's getting further and further behind because of it.
Yeah, and Ryze, in terms of builds, generally doesn't need any damage at all until he picks up his Archangel Staff, flash out from Cat in the mid lane plus the turret, as he will just convert all of that extra mana into extra AP once he's got the Archangels.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so key to start stacking that up. Get the Catalyst as early as you possibly can, because every level you gain, you'll get extra mana and health with the Rod of Ages. Here we go.
Fiora comes in for the 1-versus-2, but will get stunned up. Does have the ultimate, splitting up to make sure that the Tiamat doesn't proc on too many people. The extra damage will be jumping in, gets the parry as well, picks up the kill onto Ryze once again. Zilean comes in from the side, and we'll have the rewind to try and get in range, but not going to be the case right here. And Fiora escapes in a 1-versus-3 with a kill.
Oh, they were trying to send them a gift package there, but that was good attempt to kind of bounce Fiora between them when they were getting away after the ultimate. You obviously don't want to stack up for that team, and it was a nice idea. Didn't quite work out in the grand scheme of things, but things are looking better and better every kill that our red team pick up.
Indeed, channeling their inner Kaboom in this lane.
Oh, Kaboom. Speaking of that,
There we go. Nice.
Sorry, bad joke. Always time for a bad joke.
It's always time for Kaboom.
The dream. Was that a teleport?
It was a teleport by
That's
Rise.
an ambitious teleport
It
by
is.
Rise.
Well, he is closing in on the Lucian. Might be able to get the Rune Prison down. Or not. He kind of backed off even though he had it in his sights. Interesting.
Now, what that's going to give, if Fiora has realized this yet, and the rest of the red team, Rise with no teleport, while Fiora's teleport is most of the way back to available, is going to give them a long period of time where Fiora can sit off in a side lane. Ooh, Thresh.
Or they could just instantly kill the Thresh. The culling comes across and Volibear comes forward with the flip. Here's the cleanup time. But Zilean has already used his ultimate into this fight. Will be able to come back up, but he won't be able to do that again as he just walks into the Lucian, who will be quite happy to kill him and put him down under, looking for even more kills. Solar Flare comes onto the Xin Zhao. Everyone else is incredibly low. One more auto attack will pick up the cat. Jukes into the bust. This is the end of Katarina, but will try and pick up a kill in the meanwhile. Jumped forward by Leona, but quite happy to sacrifice herself. They have bought time for the Fiora to come in and clean up as they pick up the second kill and completely wipe the floor of them in the bottom lane. A 4 for 2.
It was an elaborate ruse at that point. Fiora just comes straight in through the jungle, says, "Oh, I know what to do here," cleans everything up. But again, that's going to give them time to use the 4-on-1 split push on Fiora should they choose to. Fiora with teleport available in about 20 to 30 seconds is going to be far more useful than Rise will be. No teleport, can't fight Fiora. All he's got to do is make sure she just doesn't take too many towers, and that's a tough enough job on his own.
Yeah, and Fiora really got trolled by that turret. It was trying to get out of range, didn't manage to do it, and that may result in the tower not dying. I say that, but Lucian throws out the last auto attack, very close to getting caught out as well. May have been worth his life, taking that inner turret as well. 20 to 13 currently, and an 8,000 gold advantage puts the purple team significantly ahead of their opponents, but the game is not completely over just yet. Nice one gauntlet now picked up by Leona, who is now moving on to the volley where Eclipse comes out, finishes him off. So a 1-for-1, and once again Fiora will be picking up the kill onto Rise, now moving on to the Zilean, who does not have his ultimate. Flash exchange here, triple kill comes out, looking for the Quadra, is hungry for this one. Leona's recalling to make sure the Penta does not come out, gets boxed twice. Can she get in range? Lunge will be coming up in a matter of seconds, jumps to the minions, jumps to a second minion, but does not have even more lunges. If it was 4 lunges, he might have been able to get in range.
Needs to hit the gym. 2 more lunges.
Yep.
But, I mean, Thresh still had his Talisman of Ascension available.
Yeah, he was good to go.
He was pretty much out of there, but again, Fiora just showing her prominence.
14-4-3.
Kind of good.
Yeah, kind of good. Seems like every team with a Katarina, at least someone gets fed, even if it's not the cat.
Yeah, because I mean, the other good thing of that is, as long as somebody's getting fed, at some point Katarina's going to start getting kills, because you're just chipping the opponents so low that really you can just mop up team fights towards the end of the game.
Does not matter really how you do in lane, as long as you pick up a kill in team fights, start getting those items, and cat will do damage regardless. In top lane, Fiora carries on pushing in, and no one can really stop her. The 1 in 10 Rise definitely isn't going to do the job. Even if they commit 2 people, it's probably not going to help. And generally want to move out the way of your allies when the bomb is ticking down.
Unless it's ARAM.
Unless it's ARAM, in which you walk into them and make them rage.
Indeed. Yeah, as you can tell, we play our ARAM super seriously.
Yep.
Which, if there's anybody in here that does play ARAM super seriously, stop it.
We do have the Fiora coming in for the engage. Already used the ultimate. Will be popping down the Xin ultimate as well. Picks up the first kill onto Leona, and the rest of the team will just disintegrate with the front line already dropped. The flash forward into a audacious charge onto the Zilean. He doesn't have his ultimate, but Caitlyn will be able to kite away from this. Mid lane, Volibear tanking up the turret with the Chosen of the Bears passive. And it will be Cat pushing down the middle lane, takes a tower shot, will be able to back away 2-0, but they're not picking up objectives after back of it.
Well, they're about to.
Okay, they will be picking up the dragon. They were going for the dragon instead of the middle turret. Typically, if you do have the chance to pick up the turret, it is generally more worth it than the dragon.
I thought they were going to be greedy and get both.
Yeah.
Because I think they could have. I think they actually could have got both.
It would have been tight, but
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it would have been difficult. But Fiora also pushed a wave into the bottom lane. She's now level 18. That is 6 levels above Caitlyn. And above Rise. Oh my goodness.
Yep, and that is Fiora in the jungle. May have to be caught out here, but level 18 means she's not dying in a hurry. Great Solar Flare though, will keep her in place. Overload comes through. Oh, the ultimate from Zilean makes it the shutdown and the 1-0.
Nice play by Zilean getting that ultimate down. And I mean, that's the thing. Even if you 18 in levels and you're 6 levels up and you've got all these items, you still can't 1v4. You can't 1v5. And it's not a situation that you can actually do that. You need the rest of your team around. That's an easy fight they would have taken if the rest of the purple team had been there, but it's a bit of a sloppy mistake.
And with being at such a high level early in the game, your death time is going to be significantly longer than everyone else as well.
Yeah.
So it means you're going to be down for basically, well, it was 40 seconds on Fiora, meaning they might be able to take a tower away from this one. It's 4 versus 5 without their main damage dealer. Lucian is still alive, however, but he doesn't really want to get in range of the potential to get picked up, but they will go for the engage anyway. This could be disastrous for the purple team. Katarina gets a perfect ultimate down and no one disrupts her. Leona will be dropping here, will be able to get the relentless pursuit, looking for the follow-up as well. And Fiora comes in from the side. She did have the teleport off cooldown, comes in for the double, looking to follow up onto Caitlyn, gets the net to the face, but is still carrying on going. She does have the ultimate if she wants to go for it, but the 3 and 0 will do the job.
I was going to say, that would be a little bit arrogant to start diving past inhibitor turrets because they were already out and well into their base. But it's going to be an easy set of inhibitor turrets as well here if you look at things. Red team are going to be able to push this one down. Still 14 seconds on most of the death timers at least, so could even be an inhibitor if they really want this.
This is a very fast pushing team. Lucian with the double tap, Fiora as well with those 16 kills. And Xin push very quickly. Caitlyn is completely out of there, moves onto the Rise as well. The Tiamat passive, the Ravenous Hydra will pick up the second kill. Moves onto the Fresh, however, gets a nice death sentence follow through from Leona, but this is only just going to turn it into a quadra kill. Just have the Zillion passive, gets stunned underneath the tower. The shutdown comes in for Zillion. 3 and 1, and that stopped their push right in its tracks.
Oh man, that could have been a pentakill.
Yeah.
Right there, if that stun hadn't landed, that was absolutely crucial by the jungle Leona to get that stun there, and my goodness, that would have been game. Had that been a pentakill, that would have been game.
However, Leona is just being a thorn in her side throughout this game. We'll be able to just stun her away. Wasn't able to stun the Katarina in the last team fight. That was actually pretty crucial because the cat landed the ultimate on basically everyone on that team and just managed to set up the team fight perfectly for Fiora to come in for the flank.
Yeah, setting the entire team fight up perfectly, and that's just going to happen time and time again if they choose to take these engagements. There's not really a lot that they can do to stop this. Fiora 19-6 and 5 is pretty much the story of this game.
Yeah, and also Zillion does well when other people are doing well on his team. It's kind of like the Lulu thing where you have a support mid laner, but there is no one really to revive and say, hey, you've got to deal with a second Jax who's 8 and 0. Reviving the Rise won't really do much, and honestly, he may just want to use the ultimate on himself. There is no one to revive.
Yeah, it's such a difficult situation to be in, and you look at things, they're kind of waiting for the Baron to be done, but take a look down in the mid lane. That's where most of them are hanging out here for the red team. Team Martin is looking pretty well off here.
Yep, it looks like this may be curtains for Bryce's team.
Is that?
That is Fiora trying to solo Baron. Well, we'll get the parry. She's actually doing it. Has the parry, has the lifesteal. The rest of the team is in the mid lane. They just need to not die here, but the full initiate's happening. They realize Fiora is not in the fight. They pick up the first kill. In fact, no one is dead just yet. Volibear's tanking all of it up, and Katarina would just get the resets herself. Picks up all of the kills in this fight, and the only last remaining member was Leona. Fiora wasn't even needed there. A 5 for 0. Fiora solos the Baron, and this has to be game.
Solos Baron. Flash comes forward. I think that may be the end of the game, and they didn't even need Fiora there. That was pretty impressive team fighting there. 4 versus 5. Team Martin coming out ahead with a spectacular team fight at the end. Katarina finally started to get the ball rolling, and that is going to be Team Martin. Sorry, Bryce. Didn't work out for you well this time.
Did not work out, and the Nexus will be falling, but they are choosing to showboat a little bit, so it should be over. But if Fiora gets caught, it definitely will not be, or she could just murder everyone. Ultimate comes in, 2 kills, 3 kills, and this should be the game. They are choosing to now finish, and that will be this final game of the day, going over to Team Martin.
I think it's us.
I think it is us. I think
It
it
will
is gonna
be.
us.
They can
The
hear
lovely-
us. You can hear us.
The lovely casters over there. But, well, we're going to have to bring out the... What did you think of that game first, Bolton?
Fiora is clearly OP. I don't know why she's not playing the LCS all the time. Like,
Well, I actually heard the player is actually really good. Apparently top 2,000, I've been told. So maybe a future professional.
well, he's playing like a pro now, so maybe he'll play like a real pro in the future as well.
Okay, well, let's give it up for them as they come out of the booth. Give it up for the winning team. Apparently this man is Fiora. This man is really good. How'd that feel?
Good.
Awesome. Well, you look like you carried a little bit. Congratulations, guys.
Yes. Team Martin. Well done. What a team of champions. Well played, boys and girls. Love it.
You got lucky with him, Martin.
Mate, I told you I know talent. I know talent. I knew straight away these are 5 individuals that could come together as a team.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Mate, I'm just good.
Oh,
You're lucky.
all right. Okay.
Give it up for Team Martin one more time. Yes. The victory is sweet.
Okay, let's give it up for the losing team as they walk out of the booth. Give it up! Give them a clap, come on! There we go, guys. What happened? I thought I picked fairly well, but you guys not good.
Yeah.
Were you top lane? How badly did he beat you?
Very bad.
So I have heard that he is very, very good. He's supposed to be. I think someone said he might be top 2,000. So I think you got handed to a bit. But well done, guys. Let's give it up for him once more. Give him a round of applause.
Well played, guys.
Okay, so we kind of made a bet. We did make a bet. So
right.
everybody,
We did.
everybody on the left-hand side, on Martin's side, is going to get some swag here as we wrap this up.
Just because you supported Team Martin all the way. I just
Someone
want
has
you to
to.
know it means the world to me. You want a
So
t-shirt?
do you guys want some
You're
t-shirts?
wearing one. You're already wearing one. All right, if you make one more massive bit of noise
One
for
more.
Team Martin, I'll go mad. You can have some t-shirts. Go. That'll do. There we go. Thanks very much, guys.
I got a couple more.
Oh, okay, go for it. Chuck 'em.
I'm going to give you this one.
I want you to throw winning team t-shirts to my winning team. I want you to give them to them.
Do you guys want to do... Oh, that
Give one
was
to this
really
lady.
polite. That
Give
was
one to this
really
lady.
polite. Please can I have one? Okay,
No
the rest of you guys, just act like animals. Do you guys want a t-shirt? Yeah, you do. One more, last one. Who wants it? There you go. Oh, wait a minute. The man from Riot Bolton.
It's the end of the day, so I gotta throw some out to the people who managed to stay late. So over here, who wants it? Who wants it? Play nice, guys.
Thank you all very much for coming. Thank you all for watching at home. This has been day 3 of EGX with Gfinity, with Play Like a Pro, and we'll see you in the morning.